Sponsored by Kia.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. Well, for the Jazz, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. You look at how the Jazz have been playing the past few seasons, and obviously, defense has been key for them. But what other changes have allowed them to find their footing again in the Western Conference?
Well, the big change has been they cleared the way for that young front court. You know, they made some trades, and they made everyone giving those guys opportunities to grow and learn, and a commitment to Favors and Gobert. That is something to build around.
There's been a huge change in the team mentality under Coach Snyder. We're starting to see some of that toughness that people associate with the Utah Jazz. Karl Malone and John Stockton, they're back.
Do you like jazz, by the way?
No.
You don't like jazz music? You don't like
I'm a hip-hop guy, Ernie.
I bet you like some jazz.
I love me some Herbie Hancock.
And
I love some George Benson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love my favorite song was Mr. Magic.
I like some Dave. I like me some Dave Brubeck, the old piano. I like that.
See, you know jazz. See, you know it. Hey.
You know who else knows jazz? Big jazz fan, Kevin Harlan.
Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. The Utah Jazz coming to this one following a loss to the Lakers at the Staples Center.
And it's a tough game to lose. I mean, they actually put up a pretty solid effort, I thought, but when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
You always want to try to...
Now it's ended down to David Aldridge standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, we all know that Prez has been doing everything he can to stay in peak condition this season. The recent step he's taken is doing extra workouts and conditioning drills with team athletic trainer Xavier Cross. The work with Cross has caused Prez to rethink his entire approach, from workouts to how he rests and how he prepares for games. He has been dedicated in making sure he's in the best shape he can be in. Guys?
David, thank you for that. Smart move to hire a trainer.
And a lot of players over the years have had their personal guy when it comes to conditioning. Nice to see Prez waste no time in making that same move.
And here at the midway point of the season, the infamous rookie wall can become an issue for the younger players in the game. Was that an issue for you?
You know, I was hard-headed, Kevin. I said, rookie wall, I'll be fine. Around the middle of January, ooh, did I hit it.
Did you really?
You feel it.
What are the effects? What are the things, the warning signs?
It feels like you're walking in quicksand. You know, you're jumping, you're timing, everything is gone.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. On the court for the Suns, Booker is the 2 with Tucker at the 3. Alex Len out there with Prez, and it's Young in at the 1. And stolen by Hayward. Pulls it from 20. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Hayward's got his second bucket of the night.
The long legs of Hayward really coming into play off these fast break chances. Hard to keep pace with a guy that big and athletic.
Here's Tucker, and it's off from three-point range. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Exum dishes to Withers. Second chance shot. It's deflected. Booker with no one around. No good on the 3. Jazz have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Step back shot. Connects. The jumper drops.
Love the concentration from Hood. The defense was doing all they could, but he was just too good for them.
Prez kicks to Young. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Nice ball movement by Pheonix. Passes it to Prez. Clock at 4. Can they get it? Pheonix, no good that time either. For Utah, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Hood can't get it to go. Suns have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. As with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. And stolen by Favors. And another fast break for Utah. Jazz running. Out of bounds. Pheonix will take possession. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. The Suns in second.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Pheonix has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Pheonix shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate. Yeah, and this squad loves Young, a true leader who knows how to put his team on his back when they need him to.
Favors with the screen. Exum kicks to Withy. Back to Exum. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Justice Young.
Dante Exum, the 5th overall pick in 2014. Very excited to watch him in his second season, but he missed the entire season with an ACL. Nice to see him back in action.
And Exum with great size at point guard, Steve. He's at 6'6", like you.
6'6", with a tremendous first step. Not like me. I love the way he attacks the basket.
Back to Young. He dishes it to Prez. It's Young on the wing from about 19 feet. Got a hand on it.
Yeah, suffering from a very cold start. They've already missed 4 out of 5 from the field.
And that one's good by Favors.
The precise passing ability of Hayward, really a luxury for this team.
From deep three-point range, and then Len slams it in.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Not only does that dunk help in cutting into this lead, but it gives this team a real confidence boost, too.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And Hayward gets it to go.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
On the defensive end, you have to fight through screen. That is a commitment.
And Young kicks it to Tucker. On the wing, Booker. He feeds it to Prez. Clock at 6. And the pass to Len. And it's blocked. Here's Exum. 8 points his last outing. And it's Favors that time on the assist by Exum. Favors got his second basket.
Defensively.
Come on, let's go. Is anyone else tired of watching Hayward make plays? We have got to slow him down. I don't care where he is.
A very passionate crowd, very loud and dedicated. And of course, the altitude plays a factor too. Second highest in the league after Denver. And for visiting teams, you get winded much quicker.
Out to the wing. And Tucker kicks to Prez. Pass to Len. Young from outside. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
Down low. Favors passes to Withy. He kicks it to Exum. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second goal.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Hayward. Averaging about 22 points per, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Alec Burks comes in for Hood, and George Hills subbed in for Exum. And for the Suns, Bender, he's checked in for Alex Len. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker, and Knight subbed in for Devin Booker. It's tipped. Young dishes to Warren. From beyond the arc, shots good from Young. Young's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Suns. Jazz leading by 5. Hill with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. to the inside. Another shot. Favors. It's tipped.
And you gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
Well, Perez was able to start his first NBA season with a title run behind him. He was a part of the great U.S. team that beat Australia in the finals in the summer.
Yeah, you talk about the best way to get acclimated to the NBA. I think Perez playing with the national team was perfect for him. Just the confidence boost that tournament win provides and getting his feet wet with some of the all-time greats.
And we all know just how tough it can be to stay in peak form as a rookie. Perez has been putting in extra time with trainer Xavier Cross to improve on his condition.
And listen, you aren't any good to a coach if you can't run the floor. I don't care how good you are. People don't realize just how great a shape you need to be in to play in the NBA. And Perez is taking the right steps to make sure he stays on the floor and in the lineup.
And we'll get to see Justice Young here tonight. The New Jersey product was viewed as a bit of an undersized player, but he's shown he has the intangibles to make it work at this level.
A great point, and that's something that the combine can't measure. It's the heart and fight, and this kid has a ton of that.
Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Withy's checked in for Favors. Hayward comes in for Alec Burks. Rodney Hood's checked in for Shelvin Mack. And Raul Neto subbed in for Hill. A tall wing pair with Hood at the 2 and Hayward at the small forward. Boris Diaw is out there with Jeff Withy. And it's Neto in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Well, Steve, offensively, you never want to be too predictable, and it makes me wonder, and interpret this however you want to, who do you think is the most unpredictable player in the league?
Well, I think one come to mind is Stephen Curry. You really don't know when he's going to pull up. You don't know what he's going to do as far as his dribbling exhibition. Kyrie Irving, those guys. Chris Paul with his passes. You know, a guy like DeMarcus Cousins, because of his ability to play inside and outside, he's not predictable because he can basically do it all on the floor.
I would think for a defender that'd be frightening, just being constantly guessing. Some guys you can just take it to the bank. They're going to do whatever they're going to shoot or they're going to drive.
You know, one guy I forgot, Kevin, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
How do you scout him? Because he comes full speed and it's whatever when he catches it.
Who would willingly accept that defensive challenge? How difficult, how scary would that be on a night?
It is. It's a team effort. A team has to stop Russell.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Young kicks to Perez. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Neto. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Kicks it to Diaw. Perez with the rebound. Perez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Booker the pass to Young. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Perez. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Perez has got his first points of the night.
A quality look from mid-range. Perez so gifted at getting the room he needs to get these shots off.
Diaw, the screen. They set the pick. Here's Hayward. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Hayward's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Exactly what he's trying to do. Take an opponent that's struggling to keep pace and just put them further in the rearview mirror.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
The Suns have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the call will be against Perez. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And that's his 3rd foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Levin's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Here's Neto. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Outside Hood. There's the triple. Buries the long-range jumper. Hood's got...
Get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. Is anyone else tired of watching Hayward make plays? We have got to slow him down.
Gordon Hayward on the wing. The Jazz have great size on the perimeter as well as in the inside.
Prez kicks to Young. Trying his luck deep. Utah with the rebound. And it's Hood in the corner. Inside, here's Withey, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
And Hood, who began his career at Arkansas with great size for his position. That helps offensively. He doesn't have to play in a hurry.
Yeah, size does matter. He can shoot over the top, a slender build, but he's working to get stronger. I just love his game on the offensive end.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, the Utah Jazz is one of the up-and-coming teams in the West, and it was a system-wide commitment to young players. The younger teams tend to struggle, but head coach Quinn Snyder said he's committed to letting his players learn from their mistakes. He said it may be painful at times, but that's how we get better. In a lot of things, the only way to learn is through experience. Guys,
they're catching on quickly, thanks, D.A. Young dishes to Len, and he converts the layup. Len's got 5 points.
No easy buckets now. Hustle up. Is anyone else tired of watching Hayward?
A few improvements to how things are going on right now.
You know what? You constantly have to be making adjustments in this league if you want to stay on your game.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Derek Favors checked in for Jeff Withey. Burks comes in for Gordon Hayward. Max checked in for Rodney Hood, and George Hills subbed in for Raul Neto.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3-ball here in the second quarter.
And Young kicks to Booker. Now here's Levens. He's guarded by Hill. Len passes to Prez. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And free throw shooting, not necessarily one of his strong suits. Only about 70% on the season.
Here's what Pheonix has got going on right now. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Len. Warren comes in for Booker. And Knight subbed in for Levens. It's back to Hill. Favors at the elbow. Burks kicks to Diaw. Nice ball movement by Utah. Deep 2 from Hill. And Utah again with the bucket.
Unfazed by the D. George Hill firing away with confidence.
Here's Prez. And nothing but hair on that one.
That was the best he could do. Just fade a little bit, try and get a clean look, but the defense was right on him.
Outside Hill. Puts up a 3, and Utah another 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's stolen by Mack. The 17-footer. Here's Diaw, and Chandler sends it back.
Look, he's doing everything he can to get out of this funk. Just been a rough quarter shooting the basketball.
They get it back. Young dishes to Chandler, and stolen by Favors. And so we conclude the first half. It's the Jazz up by 15. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Salt Lake City.
All right, come on, guys. Shake it off. Hey, if we let up on D even a little, it's enough to get their guy going. He has got to work harder when they set a pick for him. Stay on his hip and trail him over the top. Force him to take the mid-range jumper. The pressure's on them, gentlemen. Make them earn every single point.
Welcome back, everyone, to Salt Lake City, Utah. That's the state capital right here in Utah. Really a sight to see when you get that kind of perspective from above. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself. In that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
Just awesome on-court awareness, knowing when to take it to the hole as well as dish it out. That's why he is such a crucial member to this team.
On the court for the Suns, Booker is the 2 with Tucker at the 3. Alex Len out there with Prez, and it's Young in at the point. Jazz leading by 15. Exum kicks to Hood. Pass to Withy. The feed to Exum. Left side, Hood takes the 13-footer. Good D by Booker. The Suns shooting it pretty well, close to 50% from deep. And he's good on the 3-ball. Booker's got the first basket of the second half here for the Suns.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
That was a huge face-off at the rim. Two great competitors. Defense took it.
Here's Prez. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Hood against Booker. And that one's good by Favors. Favors has got 8 points.
And this team is ahead largely because of his accuracy from the floor tonight.
And Derek Favors vastly improved as a jump shooter. That's so important when he plays that power forward spot.
Yeah, because of the versatility. He was a pick and roll guy to the bucket. Now he can pick and pop and knock down jump shots.
Exum kicks to Favors. Favors with the screen. Back to Hood. Shot clock at 5. And there's another one for the Jam.
The quick trigger. Hood piercing the defense with the effective catch and shoot Jake.
All right, bring it in. Let's talk, gentlemen. Is anyone else tired of...
There seems to be a moment, Smitty, when they realize that they had a special talent, that the game came easy to them. Did you have that kind of moment where you said, you know what, I'm pretty good at this game?
You know what helped me, Kevin? Drafted by the Miami Heat. And sometimes where you're drafted and the people around you. I played with Glenn Rice from the state of Michigan, played at Michigan. Then I also played with Willie Burton. He's from my neighborhood.
Sure is.
So getting a chance to have guys familiar, some similar backgrounds, Grant Long as well, it made life a little bit easier. I think when I knew I was special, when the first time I heard my name in the starting lineup.
I bet. And Miami is not too bad a city to begin your
not
career
at all.
in.
Yeah, Michigan was pretty cold. I was down there in Miami.
Suns trail by 8. There's the dish to Prez. Young outside, feeds to Prez. Back to Young. Dishes it to Prez. Pheonix, no good that time either. And when Favors came into the league, Steve, he said the coaches told him to work on his post game. Now it's all screen roll.
Well, the league has changed. The big guy's got to play out of space, and he does a nice job of transforming from a guy that played down in the paint to a guy that's comfortable off pick and roll play.
Prez, no good.
You know, with that much room, you don't lay it up. You throw it down like you've been disrespected.
Hill has the open look, and again it's the Jazz from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Prez. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. That's tipped. It's stolen by Prez. Prez finishing off the play with the dunk. He won't miss many of those.
And you can just see him psyching himself up after a play like that. Nice slam by Prez. It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And now running it up the court, Matt pushing it up. That one good for 2. That's 12 points for Hill.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Phoenix Suns come into this one following a loss to the Golden State Warriors.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Not something we see too often. Just one of those days for them, I guess.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt. Alec Burks is out there with Favors, and it's Withy in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Young against Hood, and the foul called on Justice Young. That's foul number 2 for him. Exum, he's checked in for Hill. Hood, the pass to Withy. From close range, and Favors finishes it off. Favors has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Jazz. Booker dishes to Young. Down low, it's deflected and stolen by Favors. Now Exum, poked away. They set the pick to the inside. Withy gets the bucket.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Suns trail by 21. Here's Prez. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Out to the wing. Exum with a wide open look. And the Jazz another 3.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
From downtown, and again it's the Jazz from deep.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it play.
It really helps when you're making shots, and they are making everything.
Here's Len. No one near Prez as he lets it go. And the call will be against Alex Len. That's foul number 2 for him. So Utah going with... And it's Utah's ball. It's been 10 unanswered points. And Mack kicks to Hayward. Back to Mack. Favors with the screen. But they get it back. To the inside. Here's Burks. Goes back up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
The former University of Colorado alumni Burks, a solid 2-guard who can really light it up.
And Alec Burks, a gifted athlete and scorer too, Steve. He's just had trouble staying healthy.
Yeah, the last 2 seasons. First a shoulder injury and then a broken ankle. But he's one of those guys, he plays a slashing style. You wonder if he'll temper that aggression just to stay in action.
And Utah making a change here. Withy's checked in.
Lock him up.
On offense, here are the Jazz. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Favors with a screen on Young. Favors against Len. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer. Nice D from Prez.
How anyone could give him that much room from his spot is crazy, but the defender got away with it.
And stolen by Favors. And here is Mack. Passes it to Withy. Now here's Hayward. On its way from Burks for 2. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Booker the pass to Young. Releases. Prez, no good.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
Young dishes to Prez. And the 3-ball is good.
Prez is very difficult to guard, especially when he's pulling up on a dime like that.
Utah leading by 20. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Here's the screen to the middle. Here's Hayward, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And Gordon Hayward with a great in-between game, too, offensively. Smitty, he's got a mid-range. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt, helped.
It's like the blowouts are worse than the close ones.
Just got to take it in stride, man. Suck it up and move on.
Yeah. Man, you're learning.
Yep. Finally understanding this is a marathon, not a sprint.